Been a massive month on the real estate front right around the country. Going to give you a quick update on what's been happening. So in the last 10 days, I've been to Melbourne looking at units and apartments for investors, would you believe it? Been to Broken Hill looking for some high cash flow options over there for clients. Been to Port Macquarie looking at some rural acreage property there for retirees. Been to the Central Coast where I live, and things are extremely tight here. There's a common message everywhere I'm going, regardless of the type of property and regardless of the actual location at the moment, and that is we've got extremely low supply and still consistent to high demand. What that means is there's no blood on the streets, right? The papers might be saying that, but it's actually not happening, right? The values are holding and in a lot of cases improving. Days on market aren't extending out anytime soon. So understand that. Our boys have been on the ground in various parts of the country and nothing's any different there either, right? Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, Brisbane, we're experiencing some good buying opportunities, but there's still not a lot of stock happening. In Sydney, prices are going over what we expect them to go to at auction, right? Only on the weekend, there was one that was 200K over what we thought it was going to go for. So there's a lot of activity out there at the minute. Perth, we've got some opportunities going over there. Days on market are decreasing. Perth is hotting up extremely well at the present, right? So there's this thing that's happening at the minute, and during COVID what happened was there was a lot of migration out of the cities into the regional areas to have a lifestyle while COVID was on, etc., and everyone thought that they would return back to the city. That's happened, but not to the majority or not to the level that people have anticipated, okay? But what's also happening now, which is not just a one-off, it's going to continue to be trending, is interstate migration. Victorians are heading to Queensland. New South Wales are heading to Queensland or to rural locations, and that's called intrastate migration. So there's interstate migration and intrastate migration going on, right? Understand the areas that people are moving to for a better lifestyle, a more affordable lifestyle for them and their family and the next generation coming through. What's also helping the current markets are second and third generation money, right? There's been a lot of people investing in real estate for 30, 40, 50 years. A lot of cash tied up and a lot of equity tied up in those scenarios because they've built the portfolio over that long journey, okay? So all in all, again, and I feel like a broken record, don't be sitting on the fence, right? Yes, there's some fixed loans coming off later in the year and a lot of them, but it's a bit like Christmas Day. Everyone knows what date that's going to be for them as individuals. They know what that date will be. They know what that variable rate will be once they kick out of that fixed loan period. So they're forecasting it. They're anticipating it. They're preparing themselves, or at least they should be, to the point where they will have an option to be able to do something. And in the last 3 or 4 years, there's been a truckload of equity achieved in a lot of people's portfolios. So that's our get out clause in a lot of cases. So I can't see blood on the streets now. I don't think there'll be blood on the streets the next 6 to 12 months. I also don't think there'll be massive discounts either. And if they are, they'll be in inferior locations and they'll be in inferior property types, which we don't want to go near anyway. Okay, talk soon.